A Defective Santa Claus by James Whitcomb. Riley Allus. When our pa he's away, Nen Uncle Sidney comes to stay at our house here. So Ma and me and Etty and Lee Bob won't be afeard if anything at night might happen, like Ma says it might. Ef trip was big. I bet you he oo's best watchdog you ever see. An' so last winter, east before it's go be Christmas Day, we, sure enough, Pa had to have to go to tend a lawsuit, and the snow first right fair Santy Claus. Pa said, as he clumb in old Ayersuz sled, and said he's sorry he can't be with us that night, 'cause, he says old Santy might be comin' here. This very night of all the year I got to be away. So all you kids must tell him, ef he call, he's mighty welcome, and pa he left his love with you and Ma and Uncle Sid. And clucked, and leant back, laughin', and away they went. And Uncle waved his hands and yells, old horse ort to have on bells. But Pa yell back and, laughin', say, I spect when Santy come this way it's time enough fair sleigh bells nen. And holler back, goodbye, again, and reach out with the driver's whip and cut behind and drive back trip. And so all day it snowed and snowed, and Lee Bob he east watched the road in his high chair, and Etty she you'd play with Uncle Sid and me, like she was heapin' fetchin' wood and keepin' old fire goin' good, where Ma she was a cookin' there and kitchen, too, and everywhere. And Uncle say, at's east the way ma's be workin', night and day, sense she hain't big as Etty is Lee Bob in that chair his. Nen Ma she'd laugh, what Uncle said, and smack and smooth his old bald head and say, clear out the way till I can keep that pot from beilin' dry. Nen Uncle, when she's gone back to the kitchen, says, we us to do some cookin' in the ashes. Say, supposin' we try some that-a-way, and Nen he send us to tell Ma send 2 big taters in he saw Pa be on a keepin' 'cause they got the premium at the fair. And what you think? He rake a big hole in the hot ashes, and he roll them old big taters in the place and rake the coals back, and his face first sweatin' so's he pert nigh swear 'cause it's so hot. And when they're there 'bout time, at we forget he first rake out again, and gee, he bust with his fist white on a old stove lid, while Etty's gone to get the salt and butter, too. First like he said she have to do, no matter what Ma say. And so he salt and butter and blow cool enough for us to eat. And me oh my, they're hard to beat. And trip, you'd east lay there and pant like he'd laugh out loud, but he can't. Nen Uncle fill his pipe, and you'd heap him light it, sis and me, but mostly little Lee Bob, 'cause he's the best lighter ever. Was, like Uncle telled him once when Lee Bob cried and jerked the light from me, he was so mad. So Uncle pat and pet him. Lee Bob's us to that 'cause he's the little est, you know, and Allus has be unhumored so. Nen Uncle gets the flat iron out, and while he's tellin' us all 'bout old Chris Muse times when he's a kid, he east cracked hickornuts, he did, till they's a crockful, mighty nigh. An' when they're all done by, he raked the red coals out again and telled me, fetch that popcorn in an old 3-legged skillet, and the lead and all now, little man, and old Uncle here, I'll show you how corn's popped, long years ago when me and Santy Claus was boys on Pap's old place in Illinois. And your pa, too, was chums, all through, with Santy. Wished Pa'd be here, too. Nen Uncle sigh at Ma, and she pat him again, and say to me and Etty, you take warning fair. Don't talk too much, like Uncle there. Don't forget, like him, my dears, that little pitchers has big ears. But Uncle say to her, clear out. Brother knows what he's about. You get your Christmas cookin' done these poor children won't have none. Nen trip wake up and raise and Nen turn round, and Nen lay down again. And one time Uncle Sidney say, when dogs is sleepin' that-a-way, like Trip, and whimpers, it's a sign he'll catch 8 rabbits, maybe 9. Afore his fleas'll wake him, nen he'll bite hissif to sleep again and try to dream he's go catch 10. And when Ma's gone again back in the kitchen, Uncle scratch his chin and say, when Santy Claus and Pa and me was little boys, and Ma, when she's 'bout big as Etty there, we, when we're growed, no matter where, Santy he cross his heart and say, I'll come to see you, all, some day when you got children's, all but me and poor old Sid. Nen Uncle he first kindo shade his eyes and pour 'bout 11 bushels more o' popcorn out the skillet there in Ma's new basket on the chair. And Nen he telled us, and talk low, so Ma can't hear, he say, you know Pa know, when he drived away, to Maury's go, be Christmas Day. Well, Nen tonight, he whisper, see? It's go be Christmas Eve, says he, and, like Pa hint, when he went, old Santy Claus, now hush, he sent Pa a postal card, and, right he surely go, be here tonight. That's why Pa so bored to be away tonight, when Santy he is go, be here, sleigh bells and all, to make you kids a Christmas call. And, we're so glad to know fair sure he's comin', I roll on the floor, and, here come Trip a Waller, and round, and, pert, nigh knock the clothes horse down. And, Etty grab Lee Bob and, prance all round, the room like it's a dance. Till Ma she come and, march us nen to dinner, where we're still again, but tickled so we east can't eat but pie, and east the hot mincemeat with raisins in. But Uncle et, and Ma, and, there they set in, set till pert, nigh supper time. Nen we tell him he's got to fix the tree, 'fore Santy gets here, like he said. We go nen to the old woodshed, all bundled up, through the deep snow, and snowin' yet. Gee Ruchio. Uncle he said, and heap us wade back where's the Christmas tree he's made out of a little jack oak top he get down at the sawmill shop. And, Trip, you'd run ahead, you know, and, tend like he ooze eatin' snow, when we all waddle back with it. And, Uncle set it up, and, get it white in front the fireplace 'cause he says, 'tain't so at Santy Claus comes down all chimbleys, least, tonight he's comin' in this house all right, by the front door, as ort to be. We'll all be hid where we can see. Nen he look up, and, he see Ma and, say, it's east too bad their Pa can't be here, so's to see the fun the children will have, ever, one. Well, we hardly couldn't wait till it was dusk, and dark and late enough to light the lamp. And, Lee Bob light a candle on the tree, first one. 'Cause I'm the lighter. Nen he clumb on Uncle's knee again and, hug us bofe. And, Etty get her little chistin, set on it white closet, while Uncle telled some more 'bout Santy Claus, and, cloes he wore, all maked o' furs, and, trimmed as white as cotton is, snow at night. And, Nen, all sudden like, he say, hush, listen there, hain't that a sleigh and, sleigh bells jinglin'? Trip go, who, like he hear bells and, smell 'em, too. Nen we all listen, and, sir, sure enough, we hear bells, more and, more a jinglin' closter still down the old crook road round the hill. And, Uncle he jumps up, and, all the chairs he jerks back by the wall and, tows a overcoat and, pair o' winder curtains over there and, says, hide quick, or you're too late. Them bells is stoppin' at the gate. Get back o' them, air chairs and, hide, 'cause I hear Santy's voice outside. And, bang, 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 we heard the door. Nen it flewed open, and, the floor blowed full o' snow. That's first we saw, till little Lee Bob shriek, at Ma, there's Santy Claus. I know him by his big white muftache, and, east cry and, laugh and, squeal and, dance and, yell. Till, when he quiet down a spell, old Santy bow and tow a kiss to him, and, one to me and, sis, and Nen go close it to Ma and stoop and kiss her, and Nen give a whoop that fainted her. 'Cause when he bent and kiss her, he east backed and went white, jinst the Chris Muse tree east where the candles at Lee Bob lit there, and set his white fur belt afire, and blaze streaked round his waist and higher white up his old white beard and tote. Nen Uncle grabs old overcoat and flops it over Santy's head, and swing the door wide back and said, "Come out, old man. And quick about it. I've east got to put you out." And out he sprawled him in the snow. "Now, roll," he says, "high roll EEO. And Santy, sputter, and ouch. Gee whiz, first roll and roll fair all they is. And trip he's out there, too, I know, 'cause I could hear him yappin' so. And I heerd Santy, wunst twitch it, say, as he's rollin', drat the ficet." Nen Uncle come back in, and shake Ma up, and say, "Fair mercy sake, he hain't hurt none." And Nen he said, "You youngsters heist upstairs to bed. Here, kiss Ma, good night, and me, we'll heap old Santy fix the tree, and all whistles, horns and drums all heap you toot when morning comes. It's long while 'fore we go to sleep, 'cause downstairs, all time Someppin keep a kind o' scufflin' round the floors, and openin' doors, and shuttin' doors, and could hear Trip a winnin', too, like he don't know east what to do, and tongs a clankin' down kathump. Nen someone squonk in the old pump, and woo, how cold it sound out there. I could east see the pump spout where it's got ice chin whiskers all wet and drippy, and I see it yet. And Nen, seem like I hear some men's a talkin' out there by the fence, and one says, 'Oh, 'bout 12 o'clock. Nen, Notherin says, "Here's to you, Doc, God bless us ever, one." And Nen I heerd the old pump squonk again. And Nen I say my prayer all through like Uncle Sidney learn me to, "O Father mine, e'en as thine own, this child looks up to thee alone. Asleep or waking, give him still his elder brother's wish and will." And that's the last I know, till Ma she's callin' us, and so is Pa, he holler, "Chris Muse gif," and say, "I'm got back home fair Christmas Day." And Uncle Sid's here, too, and he is nibblin' round Christmas tree. Nen Uncle holler, "I suppose Pa so proud he's froze his nose he wants to turn it up at us, 'cause Santy kick up such a fuss, techin' hissif off same as ef he was his own fireworks hissif." And when we're downstairs, sure enough, Pa nose is froze and salve and stuff all on it, and one hand's froze, too, and got a old yarn red and blue mitt on it, and he's froze some more acrost his chist, and kind-o' sore all round his diaphragm, Uncle say. But Pa he'd a seen the way Santy bear up last night when that air fire break out, and quicker'n scat ease all a blazin', and them air gun cotton whiskers that he wear first flashin', till I burn a hole in the snow with him, and he roll the front yard dry as Christmas jokes old parents plays on little folks. But long's a smell o' tow wool, I kep him rollin' beautiful, till I was sure I surely see he's squenched. We hadn't be unfair me, that old man might a burnt clear down clean, plumb level with the ground. Nen Ma say, "There, Sid, that'll do. Breakfast is ready. Chris Muse, too. Your voice, you'd sound best sayin' grace, say it." And Uncle Bo, his facin', say so long a blessing Nen. Trip bark 2 times, for it's amen.